This was the second day of incredible testimony being presented in the trial of the filthy pig bastard Donald Trump on, I think, pretty much charges of treason against the United States. But the testimony presented today by the House impeachment managers once again was stunning in its clarity, powerful in the way it was delivered, demonstrative in the video accompaniment of the testimony that was presented. I do not understand, I cannot understand how any senator, with the exception of a Nazi, flat out pure Nazi like Josh Hawley, could possibly vote to acquit this filthy goddamn Donald Trump. After watching 2 days of this testimony, and today I believe is the last day by the time you hear this, in fact, Trump's toy defense team may have begun their presentation of whatever argument they're going to make to have this filthy bastard acquitted. But in watching and listening today and realizing that we really have reached a crossroads or a fork in the road, you might say, as far as the direction, politically speaking, this country is going to go. We're there. This is something that a lot of us, myself included, have been watching this creeping Christian fascism over the past 2, 3, 4 decades. And now it's here. And it showed its face a couple of times, once in the Michigan General Assembly, once in Charlottesville, Virginia, and in Washington, D.C. on January 6th. There is no question left for anyone with a logical or an ability to look at the situation from a logical standpoint, from a rational standpoint, and not see where this country is heading. And again, this may be too optimistic, but I say we've reached this fork in the road. There are too many members of the House and the Senate who have crossed over into fascism, into American Nazism or Christian fascism, however you want to identify it. It is the same fucking thing. Christian fascism, German Nazism from the 20s and 30s. It is exactly the same thing. And to follow on with that analogy or that comparison, eventually, if this country continues down that road of Christian fascism, the death camps will be constructed. They will. There is no question. The only question would be who goes into them. But this is what was demonstrated so clearly on January the 6th. And I have to tell you, the rage and the fear and the sadness that I felt watching these slimy son of a bitches, I don't care how they identify themselves with these little boy names of the Proud Boys or the Boogaloo Boys or the assholes or whatever they're called. But to see this mob, thousands of these swine, scum, walking garbage, attacking the U.S. Capitol building, crawling up walls, crawling up the steps, forcing their way into the Capitol, and once inside, just desecrating the Capitol with their goddamn presence and their fucking Confederate battle flags and their Trump flags. It was just, I'll tell you, the combination of emotions that surged through me when I saw that in real time. And when I've seen it now in 2 days of testimony from the House impeachment managers, the surge that went through me of disgust and contempt and rage, along with fear and sadness, has just been overwhelming. And like I may have said many times, to know that a half or a third, whatever the number is, of the legislative branch of government is now enraptured by and enfolded by the American Nazi right is just sickening. But you and I, who are not part of the Christian Fascist Party, we better understand what we're facing. I've been saying this for a long time. Anyway, I got an email from a dear friend of mine in Southern California who listens to the program on a regular basis. And she is, by any definition, a gentle woman, decent human being. I've come to know her over the years, never having met her personally, but you know how emails can reveal whatever you want them to reveal, really. But she sent this to me. I got it this morning, very, 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 very early this morning. I was still asleep, as a matter of fact, when this arrived. And her name is Elise, and she sent this with the subject line, things, baffling things, they are pretty terribly weird. And she writes, the most hideously evil man ever to step foot in the Oval Office and fuck up democracy will likely not be found guilty of fomenting the most horrific, bloody insurrection on the Capitol in our history. It's so depressing, so devastatingly unsettling. What the hell is wrong with people? The evidence was televised, for fuck's sake. It's there. It's real. Right there. All of it. It's damning. It's damn near too painful to watch. It's quintessential Trump crap. And yet, Hawley and Green and Boebert and Rand Paul and Rubio and Cruz at the worthless, disgusting all will acquit this freak. No question. I need to steel myself. Need to prepare. Fuck it. Fuck all of it. I can't stand much more of this. Yeah. And like I say, I've had a lot of correspondence with this person over the years. And I know her to be a gentle person. Just a person. And to read an email like that and to know the depth of the rage and the pain and the anger, fear that shows up in those words, and that truly reflect mine and probably yours, it's just so, oh God damn, I can't find words anymore. It just moves me into a place that I never thought I would get to in this country. I mean, seriously, I spent an awful lot of my time over the years, especially over the past 45 years, maybe 50, doing what I thought was necessary to try to bring about justice, whether it was social justice or literal justice or economic justice or environmental justice, just getting involved, probably to no greater or lesser degree than you. If you've been an activist your life. And always when I got involved, even going back to, hey, LBJ, how many kids did you kill today? Back into that period, the late 60s, mid to late 60s, of trying to add my voice to the millions of voices that were demanding equality under the law, justice, truth, honor, accountability. Stop the fucking lying. Tell us the truth. I remember reading in the New York Times, the Pentagon Papers. I remember reading in the Washington Post the Watergate story and just being fucking horrified. I won't say surprised, but horrified at the depth of the deceit and the lies and the criminality and the blatant fascism that existed in this country at the highest levels of government. But in all those years that I involved myself in activist causes, I always thought in my mind's eye that I could see ahead of me, ahead of all of us, a path down which we could walk, march, chant, demand, blacks and whites, gays and straights, Jews and Gentiles. We could walk down that path and keep going forward, keep moving forward until eventually we reached justice. I believed that. I could actually visualize it. A path. Yeah, I could visualize it. And now I can't. I can't see it anymore. Now, that could be the product of living with a plague for the past 10 months, of being isolated, of being fearful of things I can't see, touch, smell, taste, of hiding behind a mask or two, of washing my goddamn hands until I feel like they're going to bleed, of stepping aside when I'm walking on the sidewalk all masked up, or down an aisle of a supermarket, stepping aside because here comes another human being. What the fuck? But I know I've got to step aside because she or he might be carrying something's going to kill me. And then I think that I can expand that out. These bully boys, these Nazi fuckers that attacked the Capitol, they were carrying things that could kill me too. Literal things, guns, clubs, knives, bombs, poison, fucking gas, and also an attitude. Nazism, fascism, Christian insanity that would demand that people like me be gone. So maybe that's why I don't see that path anymore. What did the Peruvian revolutionaries call it? Shining path? Yeah. It's not there. I can't see it anymore. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.